It is Monday, March 25th of 2024. And I don't know how this is all going to work out. I never do. On Guy's Daily Drive, bam! Welcome to Guy's Daily Drive. Thank you all so very, very much for joining me today. I really, really do appreciate the fact that you're here. What I want to talk about today is what I'm doing on a certain subject. And that certain subject is cars. I have had this Kia Soul that I'm driving in right at the moment since 2018. It's a 2016 car, and I got it because I was just tired of driving a great big huge car with just me in it, and it has nothing to do with, you know, the environment or gas mileage or all the rest of that, which are perfectly legitimate reasons for getting a smaller car. But the car that I was driving at the time I got this car, which was a Ford Flex, which I also liked very, very much. Once both Guy and Peter were out of the house, it just didn't make any sense to keep driving a car that big. And I did for a couple of years. I kept driving the Flex after both Guy and Peter were gone. And a lot of times when I would go to park or, you know, stuck in traffic or any of the rest of that, it was like, God, I'm in this great big huge car, and trying to switch lanes with a great big huge car in heavy traffic is like just not great. So started looking around for other cars, and I had, you know, I mean, my criteria, number one was that I had to fit in it. And for those of you who don't know, I am like 6'6", and you know, I don't fit in a lot of different cars. And I wanted a small car. It didn't necessarily have to be like super peppy. Wasn't interested in performance or anything like that. I mean, I could have gotten a Dodge Challenger or Charger or a Mustang or anything along those lines, but that's really not what I wanted. I just wanted something small, something nimble, something I could take to work, and you know, kind of low profile kind of thing, but that if I wanted to, I could also comfortably take it on the road. And I've taken this car on trips to Florida. I've taken this car all the way to Chicago, Ohio on a number of occasions, New York, just, you know, all over the East Coast, and it's been fine. It's been a good little car. But my circumstances have changed, where I now need a car that has blind spot monitoring, because of course I don't have sight in my right eye anymore. And if you didn't know that, that's a whole nother story, and we're not going to get into that today. But I did also want something that had, and it goes by several different names. It's like an adaptive cruise control. So you hit a button, you get to the speed that you want, and you hit a button, and it's got some kind of sensors. I think it's radar in the front and the rear, so that as you're coming up on somebody, it keeps you a certain number of car lengths behind them. So it will slow the car down all by itself. And you know, I've heard people, when you're talking about Kia, people complain that it's, you know, it's not good in stop and go traffic. If you're in stop and go traffic, control your car, okay? Don't sit there and rely on the car to slow you down and stop you and get you going again with a bunch of traffic around you. That's ridiculous. But on a long trip, sure, you know, let's regulate my speed, and then when I pull out to get around someone, speed the car back up to the speed I was at before. And that's, you know, those were like my two big criteria. I wanted adaptive cruise control, and I wanted blind spot monitoring. Oh, and of course CarPlay. So I'm looking at a number of cars, I was kind of looking at the Mazda CX-3, but I don't know. I sat in one and I felt a little cramp, certainly more cramp than I did in the Kia Soul. The CX-5, on the other hand, it's bigger than this car, bigger than the Soul, and it's very, very comfortable. So that was like super high on my list, and I've been kind of using various sites to keep track of various deals on Mazda CX-5s or CX-50 if I can get a really good deal on it in the area. And what even more so, I've actually had a chance to drive one and ride around in one, because my son's significant other, Ashley, hi Ashley, has a 2021, I think 2022 or 2021 CX-5, and she really likes it. So, you know, there's an endorsement right there. And so it's a nice car. But I'm not, oh, and you can get it in all-wheel drive, which is not a deal breaker. If, you know, front-wheel drive is fine for 99% of the driving that I do. All-wheel drive would be nice, but it's not a deal breaker if it doesn't have it. So I'm also looking at now RAV4s. Toyotas, of course, are great. They have, you know, wonderful reliability. I wouldn't mind getting another Kia Sportage, which, you know, I don't really know that much about, other than it's basically the same car as the Soul, just with a different body, and you can get it with all-wheel drive and adaptive cruise control. And I've thought about maybe getting another Soul if it has everything that I want, but because the Soul is kind of the bottom tier when it comes to cars for Kia, a lot of them don't have it. They don't have the adaptive cruise control. Now, they'll all have CarPlay at this point, which they didn't in 2016, which is the year of this car. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to trade a Soul in, would I get another Soul? I don't know. You know, right now I'm getting by having big convex mirrors on the right mirrors of the car so that I can see a little better over there. And I'd probably do the same with whatever car I get next. So it's not like it's out of the realm of possibility. Anyway, those are some of the cars that I'm looking at. If you can think of any cars that I would fit into, are reasonably priced in the used car market, have adaptive cruise control and blindside monitoring and CarPlay, let me know. Give me a shout on all the social medias. I'm on X and Counter Social and Mastodon and Threads, you know, all of the biggies as Mac Parrot. Also Pinterest. I keep forgetting to mention Pinterest, which I shouldn't, because I put a lot of my content gets posted over on Pinterest in my account there. I don't know, I can't think of off the top of my head what my nom du jour is over there. It might be Mac Parrot, it might just be Guy Searle, I'm not sure. But yeah, if you can think of a car that would serve someone like me well. Oh, look at this weird sun where it's just the bottom of my face. Let me know. You can also reach me at guy@mymac.com through email. Am I going to get this right or wrong? Our telephone number, 703-828-4677, I think is what it is. And it's a Google Voice number. So if you're calling from overseas, there may be some charges. So think about that before you call that number. Or you can just send me an audio clip. That's relatively easy to do if you have a Mac, even if you're on a PC and watching this. So those are all the different ways to get a hold of me if you'd like to help contribute to help pay the expenses for Guy's Daily Drive and the video version of the mymac.com podcast. You can do so by going to Patreon and Ko-fi, Ko-fi, and paypal.me by just adding a /MacParrot to all of those, or any of those. And that's only if you want to. You don't have to. I'll keep doing this whether you do it or not. But I did want to say thank you. Thank you for watching and or listening to Guy's Daily Drive. It is greatly appreciated. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day, and that you'll join me next time right here on Guy's Daily Drive. Bye-bye.